hi, hello, what's up, taste buds? It's your girl, ilinsterr, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the Taste Bud Club. It's a new week, so you know what that means. I hope you all have been taking great care of yourselves and have enjoyed the 3-day weekend that we got to have. And with that being said, I am super excited to dive right into this week's episode. There is so much to talk about, and I am super excited to sit down and do this with you guys. So without wasting more of our time, let's get right into it. You know it's going to be a very jam-packed episode when I start bringing out the iPad for all the notes and all that good stuff. So without further ado, we're gonna get right into it. Start off this week's episode, we are going to talk about the rail yards market. And if you haven't been yet, they are actually open for the season now up until October. So it's every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And it's a great time every single week. There's so many vendors, so many artisans, so many food trucks, and all that fun stuff. So it's definitely a great Sunday fun day activity for everyone. Prepare yourself for all the great things that are there. Last weekend, I actually went and checked out a few new vendors, which I am super excited to be talking about today. So to start off, we are going to talk about Zen Momo, and pretty much they are a little pop-up vendor at Rail Yard. Probably my first time I've seen them. Super excited to try out their dumplings, and the one that I got was the chicken dumpling, and as you can see here, there is a hefty amount of dumpling filling to it and the amazing sauce that they put on there, as well as the chili oil. I felt that everything was delicious in each and every single bite. And fun fact, they actually make these dumplings from scratch and they steam it fresh to order as well. So everything is made with extra love and extra care, and you can definitely taste it in every single bite that you have. So I was super excited to actually try that this time. And if there's something that you should know about me, is that I can definitely eat my weight in dumplings. Like, hands down, that is probably one of my favorite things to eat. Like, I love myself a good dumpling. And I got to try these birria fries from El Delicioso, and I really liked their fries in particular because the meat part was super juicy and tender and flavorful. The fries could have been a little more crispier to my liking, but I feel like that's a personal preference thing. But I've seen them pop up around for the longest time. They do a whole bunch of other things like birria ramen, quesabirria, tacos, and all that fun stuff. So you haven't checked them out already, I highly recommend that you do so. Other than that, everything was good. I really liked their fries. So if you guys haven't checked out any of our farmer markets this season, definitely go check them out. There's the downtown one every Saturday morning, and then there's the rail yard one every Sunday. Definitely go check it out. Okay, so next up on the Asian American Pacific Islander month front of things, as the month of May is winding down, we are still supporting our fellow Asian owned businesses, and this time we got to revisit one of my all-time favorite Vietnamese restaurants here in town, and that is Saigon City. And they are located on I-25 in Jefferson, in like that little plaza kind of thing. I'm just gonna throw up a map right here so you guys can figure it out, because if you have been following me around for long enough, you know that I am a directionally challenged girly, and so directions only get me so far, and Google Maps is my best friend. But with that being said, Saigon City is one of my favorite spots to get bún bò Huế, and pretty much bún bò Huế, or BBH for short, is a spicy beef noodle soup, and it is different than the typical pho that you're used to because the broth is different, and this broth is a little more spicier than the pho broth, and the type of noodle that they use is also different from pho because pho uses a flat rice noodle, whereas bún bò Huế uses round and thick vermicelli noodle. I definitely highly recommend that you try it. It has a little bit of spice to it. There's a little bit of lemongrass, and there's like beef and pork in there as well. So if you're looking for something other than pho for your next Vietnamese restaurant outing, definitely try out bún bò Huế, because this is probably one of my favorite noodle soup dishes that we have in our culture, and I get super excited every time, and I crave this like more than I do with pho. So I think that says a lot. But yeah, in addition to that, we also got spring rolls here. I really like how they roll the spring rolls here because it's very nice and neat, and I think it's more traditional with a little chive sticking out on the end. Like, I don't think I've seen any other spot here in town that does that, so I think that's actually really cool as well. And we also got an order of the cánh gà chiên nước mắm, which is chicken wings in in fish sauce, and so that is definitely a staple here in Vietnamese cuisine. So if you haven't had that, definitely try it out because it will definitely change the chicken wing game. Okay, so next up, I actually haven't been to the spot in like the longest time until one of my friends actually brought it up and I kind of forgot that they existed. And so this spot is 66 Diner, and it's a cute little retro and vintage diner. It feels like a little time machine when you walk right in. There's like funky little decor. There's like a random Elvis cutout like in the corner. There's a whole bunch of like Pez container things all over the place. The colors, the lighting, and all that fun stuff. They do serve really good milkshakes. Like this is one of the things that I always get when I come here, and I'm not sure if their milkshakes bring the boys to the yard, but I am pretty sure that it might because their milkshake game is like the best in town. Like I don't really drink that many milkshakes for one because of the dairy thing, but besides the milkshake and the side of fries that I got, which is such a girl dinner for me, my friends also got soup and sandwich combo, which was the grilled cheese and the green chili stew, and another friend got this open face Southwest burger, which was smothered in queso and New Mexico green chili. So pretty much there's no top bun and just toppings on it. Like I was kind of intrigued but kind of thrown off because when you think about a burger, you expect like the top bun, the meat, and the toppings and the bottom bun, but this one came without the top bun. So with that being said, if you're in the mood for a good milkshake, definitely check out 66 Diner. It's definitely one of my favorite spots to grab a milkshake aside from Owl Cafe. Okay, and so to end the week, my twin friends actually had a pizza party at their house, and it was a good time with good company, good vibes, good food. Lots of coffee and wine was consumed this night. I remember staying up super late, and I think that was a very bad idea for the next day, but we're not going to get into that right now. But the pizza guy John, if you've been following me or have watched a previous episode, you know that I have mentioned about him. And so he actually made a whole variety of pizzas. There was like the traditional ones like the pepperoni, the margarita. I think there was a cheese one. I don't remember much from that night, honestly. And then there was also like some fun ones that had like broccoli greens and Italian sausage, and a dessert one that he made with blueberry and ricotta. So I thought that was interesting as well in terms of texture and all that fun stuff. But if you know, I really love his pizza in general. So if you haven't already, or if you have been slacking a little, definitely check out my friend on Instagram under the pizza guy John and tell him I sent you. And if you're interested in watching all things pizza, definitely go check out his channel as well. He does an amazing job at doing what he does, and I am super proud of him. Okay, so next up, I have probably mentioned about this in the past, but I also visited or revisited Pokey Pokey to grab some dinner for one of the nights. And pretty much what I like to get here is I like to get the small bowl, but I really jam pack it with like all the things that you can imagine. So what I usually like to get here is I'll start off with the base, and the base for me is half white rice and half salad because I feel like too much rice fills you up and too much salad doesn't fill you up as much. So then I like getting a little bit of both just to get the best of both worlds. If you know, you know. And then for the protein, I like getting their salmon and spicy tuna. I also like doing half and half because why choose one when you can have both, right? For the deluxe toppings, I usually do the avocado, the crab salad, and some kimchi. And for their basic toppings, I like loading that baby up, everything and anything I can get my hands on. And that includes, but is not limited to, cilantro, green onion, pickled ginger, masago, onion crisp, seaweed, lime, and all that fun stuff. Like if I can load it up as much as I can, I definitely will to get my money's worth. And so I definitely did. And then in last week's episode, you may have remembered that I did talk about Rio Grande Social, and this time around I actually got to revisit and try out their brunch menu, and it was everything that I hoped for, if not more. And so if you don't remember, Rio Grande Social is located by Cottonwood, the newest spot here in town. So that is like all the craze here right now. But yeah, I honestly didn't expect to come back so soon to try out their brunch menu, but I am super excited to be talking about this because it is such a fun time and everything was delicious. So we are going to start off with mimosa flights and an espresso martini. I really like their mimosa flight because it was like a flight of 4 and it was like $16, which I think was like super affordable. So there was like the original one, and then there was the pineapple one, and then the strawberry lemonade and the cranberry one. And personally for me, I like original one the most, and the second one being the strawberry lemonade one. I steered away from the pineapple one because if you know, I don't like pineapple whatsoever, and I am starting to think that I might have a minor or mild allergy to pineapple because my tongue feels weird every time I like eat pineapple. So I maybe should get that checked out, but we're not going to get into that right now. But the mimosa flight was really good. The espresso martini was not as strong. What I got was the kimchi fried rice, and that came with kimchi, spam, and fried egg. And as simplistic as that dish sound, it was packed with so much flavor. The amount of spice was there. Like every single bite was absolutely perfect. Like I am currently drooling just talking about that right now. The order of French toast is self-explanatory. They also do like a side of like the seasonal fruit that they had. The birthday boy got the social platter, which came with either bacon or sausage, hash brown, and 2 eggs. It was like super simple. I feel like you can't really go wrong with a breakfast staple. So if you do mess that up in some way, then something is definitely wrong, but they are definitely right for doing what they do, and everything was cooked perfectly there. One of the twins got the chilaquiles, and that came with tortilla chips, red salsa or green salsa, crema, pickled onion, and fried egg. But last but not least, the other twin got the breakfast taco trio, and that came with green and red tomatillo salsa. And so the taco selection is as is. There's one with an egg scramble, bacon, and cheese. Then there's another one with crispy pork belly, avocado sauce, pico de gallo, and feta. And then last but not least, chorizo, hash brown, and cheese taco. And the one that I got to try was the crispy pork belly one, and I thought the pork belly was cooked perfectly. It had the perfect amount of crispiness to it. The green and red sauce definitely added a little bit of a kick and a punch to it, but other than that, I thought this brunch experience was perfect, and I am so excited to come back again. Honestly, that's it for this week's episode. I honestly don't know how I got through all that. I filmed this in one sitting, so I don't even remember what I said like the last 30 seconds. So if this episode doesn't make sense at all or feels a little bit all over the place, that is how I currently feel mentally. It's been a crazy busy week and a half. There's a lot going on with work. I may be on my mental breakdown week now as we speak. But with that being said, I am so thankful for each and every single one of you for tuning in and week out and showing me so much support that you always do. And with that being said, if you like what you saw today and want to keep seeing more, don't forget to drop me a follow on Instagram. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the Taste Bud Club. And last but not least, don't forget to turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on all the fun. But that's it for now. And until next time, I'll see you guys next week. Bye!